I had some idea that I wanted to be something. I had a feeling that God was calling me to be something. What it was, I wasn't sure. One day I was in church and I was looking up at the altar and I saw Deacon Hubbard, who was a deacon for us at that time for some 20-something years. And I thought about that particular vocation because the deacon pretty much, it appeared, did everything the priest did, except he was a married clergyman. And I said, hey, I think this is maybe what I can do. And so I prayed. I said, Lord, I believe that I want to be a deacon. And I said, I think you might want me to be one as well. I felt that I've been running from God anyway for some 8 years already. And I just wanted to have that discussion with him. So I said, when I go to church tomorrow, I'm to lecture. And when I'm done lecturing, I'm asking you if you would have me inspire someone to come up to me afterwards and say, hey, you know what, John, you ought to be a deacon. And so I prayed that prayer. And then the very next day, after I got through lecturing, when Mass was over, the deacon's wife came up to me and she says, John, stop playing around and come on and be a deacon. You know the deacon is about to retire. So I knew then that God had answered my prayers, and he answered it more clearly than I had asked. He didn't have her ask me to think about it. She told me to stop playing around. In 2012, I had another serious illness, and that caused me to go into the hospital, and thank God my life was saved. And it wasn't a month and a half when I was out of the hospital when I got this premonition, you need to build a little league. But I didn't feel like doing it at the time. And I remember saying, oh Lord, come on, I just got out of the hospital. Now you want me to do a little league? And he nudged me and said, yeah. I said, well, if that's what you want, Lord, please give me some kind of sign that would show me this is what you want. So one day, not long after that prayer, I was driving down the street where my clubhouse resides, and I could hear this faint yelling behind my car as I'm driving, Mr. Cook, Mr. Cook. And I wondered what that was, and I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw 2 guys running after my car. So I pulled over and these kids came up to my window and they said, Mr. Cook, are you still gonna do the Little League? And I said, you doggone right I am. And so from that prayer, from those kids' response, I knew that God wanted me to do it. There was no doubt in my mind. What I've learned over the years is that God answers prayers. I've learned that my faith, if I follow it, if I hear that voice in my head, that if I believe that it's God, then more than likely it is. And so in each case where I've prayed for God to answer my prayers, He has done that. And in each case where I felt like my prayers were answered, I followed that faith, and God has never let me down. He has shown me each time that He is with me and that He's opening doors continually for me.